Hi guys, welcome to Victory IAS. From past 1 week we are discussing international organizations. In this session the next topic is IPEF. IPEF. This is a newly formed organization. This is nothing but Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, IPEF. Okay, this is formed recently in May 2022 and this is proposed by Joe Biden, US President of that time, Joe Biden. Okay, it is an economic initiative launched by US President Joe Biden. In recent month, US announced formation of this IPEF at a Quad Summit. Quad, you might be knowing Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. Okay, summit meeting in Tokyo. Okay, the framework launched with a total of 14 participating founding members nations in Indo-Pacific region with open initiative for invitation for other countries to join. Okay, total of 14 participating countries are there. They invited all other countries also to join. It is a US led economic grouping of 14 countries in Indo-Pacific region to counter Chinese aggression. The intention is to counter Chinese aggression and non-transparent trade and economic policies. The main ambition of formation of IPEF is to counter China trade policies. The main initiative is this one. Okay. So members, who are the members now? 14 members, 4 Quad countries already. What are the nations present in Quad? They are also present here, and South Korea, New Zealand, Fiji, and 7 out of 10 members of ASEAN. Means ASEAN plus Quad plus Fiji plus New Zealand plus South Korea. This is equation of IPEF. Okay. So 10 members out of Asian, 4 members in Quad. Apart from these, 14 are initial participating countries and 3 added now. Okay, Fiji, New Zealand and South Korea. Okay, this is the equation of IPEF. What is IPEF? The aim is to define rules of trade. So mainly to counter China trade policies. They are very illicit. They are making losses to other countries. That's why they want to counter China trade policies. That's why they have formed a new organization that is that formulates the rules of trade among countries, which believe is fair play. That means the trade should be fair and transparent between countries so that dispute do not happen between countries, and at the same time losses do not happen to countries. Okay, so transparency, rule based trading in the future, and also they strictly follows rules. There is no illegal things happening. Okay, IPEF members represent 40% of global GDP and 28% of world trade. So these countries represent 40% of global GDP and 28% of global trade. So analysts have compared it to the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which is US withdrew from 2017. USA has withdrawn from Trans-Pacific Partnership. So to replace that organization also, there is a chance that IPEF is formed. That is one assumption of economic analysts all over the world. Okay, the IPEF is totally having 4 pillars. Okay, 4 pillars. They are supply chain resilience, clean energy. Okay, there should be no problem in supply chain. The supply chain should work robust so that there will be no problem in trade all over the world. Okay, and clean energy, decarbonization. Without climate change, they have to trade, and infrastructure development, taxation and anti-corruption. Taxation policies should be fair, and anti-corruption should not happen in trade deals, and fair and resilient trade. Okay, all these are 4 main pillars of IPEF. Okay, India has yet to take a call whether to join the trade pillar, though it has joined other 3. India has joined these 3 pillars, but fair and resilient trade pillar, India do not join. Okay, now we will discuss this topic also, why India do not join the 4th pillar. Okay, IPEF framework has 4 pillars. Okay, and IPEF ministerial. What about the meetings? The organization is formed. Organization formed in 2022. It's fine. So then when it is making meetings, means the IPF minister summit concludes. Okay, already one meeting has happened. What is the outcome result of this meeting? Means India has joined 3 out of 4 pillars related to supply chain, tax, anti-corruption, clean energy, but do not join the fair and resilient trade pillar because it was apprehensive of commitments requested on environment, labor, digital trade and public procurement. Because India is not ready to follow whatever the rules they are suggesting in a field of environment, labor, digital trade and public procurement. That's why they can't guarantee fair and resilient trade. That's why they do not join. After joining, meet all the requirements, do not follow the policies, then it will be blocked from the organization. So that type of risk we should not take in any international organization. It can get a red tag. That's why India has a caution also, it do not join the fourth pillar. India fears that proposal by the US under supply chain pillar of IPEF could violate WTO rules and reduce policy space. Even the supply chain pillar also will violate the WTO World Trade Organization rules, some of the rules, and reduce the policy space so that they become tight. They stuck between IPEF, always India stuck between IPEF and WTO. Means suppose India followed policy P1, then of IPEF, then automatically WTO will get angry. But and India has followed policy P2 of WTO, then IPEF get angry. So India will be stuck between two world organizations. So that's why even with supply chain pillar also India is be bit afraid. Okay. And US proposal. All IPEF partner nations would require to give advance notification of any changes to export regulations and tariffs. And means there should not be sudden changes in tariff. When a country is changing the tariff value, prior it has to in advance, it has to inform to other countries. It should not be like that due to some sudden problem they are changing the tariff. But this is not possible to India. What is India concern here? Notifications usually done only after measures are taken and not before. So generally the notification they give once the GOR policy comes within India. If once within India the rule is framed, then only they can declare to others. Always the policy will be declared sudden only. It's not possible to tell in prior, then you implement it within your country. That is not possible. Okay, India has thereafter soft industry inputs to protect its interests. In that case, India has to suffer own interests. That is the issue here. That's why India do not join fourth pillar of IPEF, but India joined the IPEF actually. Okay, being part of multilateral forum, so then if you can't follow all the policies or rules of IPEF, then why do you join the organization at all? Means what are the reasons, what are the causes that made India to join IPEF here? Means being a part of IPEF multilateral forum to represent India's case. So in a multilateral organization, India can represent each and every problem. That is one benefit of joining IPEF. Okay, especially since global organizations like G20 may not achieve anything. Even G20 can't do anything. G20 can't do anything positive to India. In that case, India can take help of a organization worldwide. So that can save Indian interests. Okay, so Ukraine war has already created a rift between US and West Europe, both Russia and China. So what are advantages of China now? What is the advantage over China India is getting now? Means India is facing ongoing military stalemate with China on the Indo-Sino border. So in Indo-Sino border already India is having issues with China. So in this way, if it joins a powerful world organization, in that case it is easy to counter China in trade. Okay, because using these differences, China can show in trade also. So to escape from that type of problems or situations also, now India joined this IPEF. Okay, so what should be done? So what can India do now? It can learn from Japan. Okay, learn from Japan. Japan has taken practical steps. It has become member of RCEP and IPEF, keeping its trading interests in mind. So India too should have a member of RCEP. So keeping own trade policies, trade ideas in mind, Japan joined both organizations, IPEF and RCEP. RCEP is also a versus organization, competitor organization of RCEP is a competitor organization of IPEF. So Japan joined both organizations. That's why following Japan, India also joined both the organizations. Okay, establish common standards such as cover labor rights, environmental standards, protection of intellectual property. India may not meet some requirements or policies like resilient supply chain trade things, but it can get some benefits joining IPEF. Those are covering labor rights, environmental standards, protection of intellectual property rights, and rules covering digital economy. Even though the digital economy rules it can get from IPEF. Okay, streamline taxation issue between different countries. Even whatever the tax on tariffs, trade, okay, that thing also they can resolve disputes, related disputes they can resolve using this organization. Okay, this would be India's attractiveness as trading partner and as a destination for investment, especially in new supply chains. Joining IPEF, India can become a major trading partner and destination for investment in the world, because India gets some priority because as it is a member of a trade organization worldwide. Okay, then it can become a major trading partner and investment destination for other countries. Okay, addressing technical related issues, solving issues of transparency, requirements of fair competition and ownership, localization of personal data. So like technology related things will be there, like transparency, local data issues means that data we should not lost. Then what happen, easily another country can make some attack on our country systems, cyber attack, easily getting the data. That's why data should be protected, and fair competition must exist between countries so that they do not play anything using geopolitics, and transparency must be there in trade issues. So we are discussing till now how India is related to IPEF. Three pillars it has joined, fourth pillar it do not join. What are the reasons? What is the use of joining in this organization? What are India concerns? All these things we studied till now. Now we are going to the topic that what is the prominence of IPEF here. Okay, the significance of IPEF is countering China. So that China is not a member of IPEF. So easily IPEF can counter China in trade policies. That is main first ambition of IPEF. Okay. And also economic cooperation and integration. India may try out to get to trade deals which lost out on while opting for out of RCEP. Okay, India do not join RCEP. Then India lost some trade deals with other countries. So that deals now India can grab using IPEF. Okay, opportunity for India, it will bolster the case for Indo-Pacific goals of solidarity and maintaining rule of law. So India can maintain some friendly relations with other countries, and it can make a transparency in trades. Okay, it can stay transparent and rule based in trading also. Okay, so what are the issues with IPEF? So till now, what are the benefits with IPEF? We studied what India is getting. Now we will see what are the concerns or problems with IPEF. Means the main problem is dependence on China. Even though IPEF formed to counter China trade policies, China is not a member of IPEF, but still IPEF IPEF depend on China. The major Asian economies may continue to maintain close economic ties with China while simultaneously establishing ties with US as they have done in the past. Means some common countries, what they will do, they will make a friendship with China. At the same time, they will make friendship with US. So what is the use of joining IPEF now? If you are a friend of our counterpart, enemy, ally, then what is the use of joining the organization? Okay, and centrality of SCA. The major Asian economies may have averse to IPEF because it can dilute centrality in Southeast Asia. Okay, so the major economies of ASEAN have joined IPEF because of compulsion of ASEAN only, but voluntarily they do not join. They thought that because they are members of ASEAN, ASEAN is supporting IPEF, so they have to join. But there is no clear understanding of why to join. Okay, and may become a non-starter also. It is not a starter. Already RCEP is there, that is Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. So say with same theme, if you start another organization, it is not of much use in international market. Okay, similar to US previous initiative, the Blue Dot Network, even some other trade initiatives are there in the world. They are US initiatives of Blue Dot Network, Building Back Better World. B3W initiative have made little headway. There is a fear IPEF may also become a non-starter. Even though US started two organizations, trade organizations earlier, they do not get hype. In the same way, IPEF can also become a failure in the future. That is a fear. Issues with taxation. Whatever that common taxation framework, that is a major issue, because to the taxation framework, some countries may agree, some countries may not agree. At that time, issues will come out, disputes will come out. Okay, lack of common ground for countries. As IPEF is not a free trade agreement, nor will discuss tariff reductions or increasing market access, raising questions about its utility. So IPEF don't have right to speak on free trade agreements, FTAs, all over the world, FTAs. And also it can't discuss on tariff reduction also. Why some countries are reducing tariff to their friend countries, that it can't discuss. In that case, what is the use of IPEF becoming a trade organization? Okay, and even increasing market access, also raising questions about. Also the four pillars are somewhat confusing, and even the four pillars are somewhat confusing. So what is RCEP here? IPEF is a competitor organization now formed against RCEP. It is a trade deal between 10 member association of Southeast Asian nations, ASEAN. Between 10 members of ASEAN, it is a trade deal. China, Japan, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand. India participated in multiple rounds of RCEP discussions but chose to opt out of this grouping. India also went to the meeting, but India do not join RCEP. Now India plan to join IPEF. That's why India joined three pillars, but the fourth pillar India do not join yet. So this is all about IPEF, friends. Hope you like the video. For many videos like this on our channel, please do like, share, subscribe. Thank you.